Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We're going to start with grade 8 maths. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 8 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter consumer math, and the lessons we're going to cover today are simple interest and compound interest. Let's just start with the first lesson. Okay, here I'm at grade 8 maths. The chapter name is consumer math. We're going to start with the lesson simple interest. So here is the lesson. Okay, Vicky has $100 in a saving account that earns 5% interest per year. The interest is not compounded. How much interest will she earn in 3 years? So in the question you are given, the interest is not compounded. That means that would be the simple interest. You are given the $100 in the saving account. That would be the principal amount, got it? The starting amount on which the interest is going to start. Then you have 5%, that is the interest per year, that is the amount of the interest, I equals 5%. So you are given the time period, that would be 3 years. So you have to, whenever you have to calculate the simple interest, you have to use the formula, that is I equals PRT. P is the principal amount in the data. Principal amount means the amount you are starting with. R is the interest rate, that is 5%, and T is the time in years. Got it? So you have all the values given. P equals 100, R equals 5%, 5% equals 0.05, and T equals 3. Let's just multiply them and calculate the value of the interest. That means the value of the interest she earns in 3 years is $15. Let's just start with the test questions. Okay. Quincy has $30 in a saving account that earns 10% interest per year. The interest is not compounded. How much the interest he will earn in 2 years? So here the principal amount is $30. Got it? The interest rate is 10% and the T time period is 2 years. Got it? So just use the formula I equals PRT and calculate the interest, simple interest. I equals PRT, P equals $30, R is I think 10%. And time period is 2 years. Let's just calculate the value. P is 30, R is 10, 10 divided by 100 is 0.1, and T equals 2. Let's just multiply them and calculate the value of the slope. 2 times 30 times 0.1, that would be 6. That means the interest after 2 years is $6. So the correct option is $6. Okay, Braden has $60 in a saving account that earns 10% annually. The interest is not compounded. How much interest will he earn in 2 years? So now you have $60, that is the principal amount. Then you have the interest rate, that would be the 10%, and then you have time period, that would be 2 years. Got it? So it would be $60 The principal amount is $60. The interest is 10% and interest rate R it is. And T equals 2 years. Let's just calculate the interest. It would be 60 times 10 over 100 is 0.1. Okay. Okay, let me just write it down again. That is 0.1 times 2. So it would be 12, I think. Yes, the correct option is 12. That means the interest after 2 years is $12. Okay, the next one is okay, Ria has $40 in saving account that earns 10% annually. The interest rate is not compounded. How much she will have in 3 years? So you have to calculate the interest that would be in 3 years. So you have the principal amount is 40. Interest rate is 10% and time is 3 years. So just use the formula that is I equals PRT 40 times 0.1 times 3. So just select the correct option. It would be $12. The correct option is 12. 52 or 51? What's wrong with the question? Oh, you have to calculate the total amount. Sorry. Let me just, the interest is not compounded. How much will she have in 3 years? That means you need to calculate the money she have in 3 years. So the money she have is $40 and plus the $12 that is the interest. So it will be 40 plus 20 equals 52. So the correct option is $52. Got it? Okay, Neil has $60 in a saving account. The interest rate is 5% per year and is not compounded. How much will he have in 3 years? It would be 60, 5% and 3. Okay, P is 60, R is 5%, and T is 3 years. You have to calculate I equals PRT. It would be 60 times 15, 0.15 times 3. You have to divide 50 by 100 also, got it? So it would be 60 times 0.15 times 3. So it would be 27. Got it? So you already have 60. So 60 plus 27 equals 87. So the correct option is 87. 65% in 3 years. Okay, let's see. Oh, it, it would be 15%. No, it is just 5%. Got it? It would be 0.05. Let's just multiply them again. It would be 60 times 0.05 times 3. So the correct option is 59.85. No, 60 times 0.05 times equals 3 and 3 plus times 3 equals 9. So it would be 9. The correct option is 9. and you already have 60, so 60 plus 9 equals 69. So the correct option is 69. It would be 69. Nina has $50 in a saving account that she earns 5% per year. The interest is not compounded. How much interest will she earn in 1 year? So which is the correct option? The correct option is, when you calculate the value, B is 50. Interest rate is 5%, that means 0.05, and the time period is 1, so it will be, which is the correct option? So the correct option is 2.50. Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And now we're going to learn how do we calculate the compound interest. Let's just start with the next lesson. So let's just move on to next lesson. Okay, let's start with the lesson compound interest. Okay, one has $20 in a saving account that earns 10% interest, compounded annually to the nearest cent. How much interest will he earn in 2 years? You have to calculate the interest calculated within 2 years. It would be B equals B. So whenever you have to calculate the compounded interest, what you have to do, you have to use a formula that is B equals P times 1 plus R, and T. B is the final amount, that's the one you have to calculate. Got it? P is the principal amount you are going to start with. Starting amount it is. Then you have to calculate, then R is the interest rate and T is the time. So just use the formula B equals P times 1 plus R exponent T. Just put up the values in the formula and calculate the interest. Okay, let's just start with the practice questions so that we can do the practice questions on the board. Okay, let's just start with the first question. Rosa has $60 in a saving account. The interest rate is 5% compounded annually to the nearest cent. How much interest will she earn in 3 years? You have to calculate the interest she earn in 3 years. So the principal amount here is 60. The interest rate is 5%. So the principal amount is, okay, P equals 60%. I equals interest rate, sorry, R not I. R equals 5%, and I interest you have to calculate. So whenever you have to calculate the compound interest, you have to use I equals, no, B equals, let me just calculate. See the formula again, I forgot. It is B equals P times 1 plus R exponent T. It is B equals T times 1 plus R exponent 2, exponent T. Let's just calculate the value. So T is, okay, B equals P times 1 plus R exponent T. B equals P times 1 plus r exponent 2. So P equals, P is the principal amount 60, 1 plus interest rate is 0.05 and exponent T equals how much time it is. The question here given 3 years, so it would be 3 here. Got it? Just calculate the value, so it would be 60 and 1.05 and exponent 3. Got it? So just calculate the value. It would be 1.05 and times 1.05 times 1.0. And then you have to exponent 3. Hold on. Let me just do the calculations. 1.05, it would be 3.125, 3.12 times 3.12 times 3.12. That would be 30.37, and you have to multiply them by the 60. Got it? So the correct option is, I'm just guessing the answers, not calculating. 9.42 is the correct option. 9.6. Okay, let's just start with the practice question so that we can do demo. Okay, Carrie has $30 in a saving account that earns 5% compounded interest to the nearest cent. How much will, okay, you have to calculate the compounded interest. So it would be, principal amount is $30, rate is 5%, and time equals 3. So you have to calculate the simple interest. Got it? Now the compounded one. Okay, can compound it annually. So you have to use the formula B equals P 1 plus R exponent T. Got it? Just put up the values. 1 plus R is 0.05, and the principal amount we've started with is 30 and T equals 3. Got it? Let me just calculate the values on the calculator, and then let's see which is the answer. Okay. Okay. So it would be 1.05 exponent 1.05 1.05 exponent 3 and times 30. It would be 34.7. So the correct option is 34.7. Got it? It would be 38.73. Okay, so which is the correct option? Panchu deposited $20 in a saving account, earning 110% interest compounded annually to the nearest cent. How much will he have in 3 years? So which is the correct option? So just do the calculations and calculate the answer. You have to do 1 plus 0.1 and exponent 3, 1.1 exponent 3, and the principal amount is 20. So it would be 26.62. The correct option is option number 1, that is 26.62 is the correct option. Hassan deposited $40 in saving accounts, earning 5% interest compounded annually. To the nearest cent, how many interest will he earn in 3 years? So you have to calculate the interest. So that would be the compound. It, you are given in the question, it would be compounded annually. So it would be the, okay, let me just calculate the value. It would be 1 plus, it would be 1.05 times 1.05 times. Okay, so the correct option is 6.31. Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. So we'll be working on grade 8 maths. Chapter we're working on is consumer maths. Basically, we are done with the grade 8 maths. So from the next session, we're going to start with the book. So the lessons we have covered today are simple interest and compound interest. So please make sure before the next session you have to complete all the test questions for the lessons we did today. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. That's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.